Saturday, March 3, 2012. This is Mercedes Diesel Guy, and this is my 1991 VW Vanagon. If you've been following my past videos, I won't go into a lot of detailed explanation here, but I am replacing the engine. What I'm going to do today is I'm actually going to start taking the old engine out of the van. I'm at least going to get it started. Maybe I'll get it pulled out of the van next weekend. So, if you give me a few minutes here, I want to pop the hatch and take off the engine cover and whatnot, and then I will show you the next steps. Okay, I've got the engine compartment open now. So, there's a lot that has to happen. What I'm going to do first, of course, is take out the airbox, and I think I really just need, a screwdriver for those hose clamps. Everything else is pretty much by hand on this, so let me take care of that first. Two things. One, you can see the airbox is already out. Make that three things. And right here, you can see that I have labeled this connection here. This is AFM for the airflow meter. That's just with some masking tape and a Sharpie. And these will be invaluable. I recommend you take your time. Unless you've pulled an engine 1,000 times before, label everything as you're taking it out. Especially if you're doing, a one-to-one swap. That way, it's just, so much easier when you get it back in. And, if you find a stray connection, you just read the label and put it back where it was. Now, don't trust yourself to remember what you did. It may be weeks or months, maybe years before you get things back in. Label, label, label. So, there's that, and the airbox is out. The third thing is, and it should be self-explanatory, but, before you do anything like this, I highly recommend you disconnect the battery. In my case, the battery has been disconnected for months now, and I've been keeping it charged. So, eventually when I'm ready to drive again, it should just be a simple matter of hooking the battery back up and turning the key. So, I'm going to continue on now, disconnect some other electrical stuff like the injector plugs and the wiring here at the alternator. Okay, well that's about all I'm going to do for today. I have the van pretty much electrically disconnected from the engine. You can see judicious use of the tape and markings for all the connections. That way, when I hook everything back up, it'll just be easy to plug everything back in and go. Had some difficulty reaching the connections on the thermostat housing over there, but I got those. And I just disconnected the wiring to my new oil pressure gauge down there, which is underneath the cylinder head on the driver's side. And yeah, I guess I am going to transfer the sender for the oil pressure gauge to the new engine. There's no reason not to. So yeah, tomorrow, like I said, I'm going to take off, if I can get to it tomorrow, I'm going to take off the intake and the fuel stuff up here, throttle cable, and if I can get all that done relatively quickly, then I will actually remove the splice connections for the oil pressure sender. That's the oil pressure gauge sender. And I don't think I'll get to it, but I think the next step after that, once all the top stuff is gone out and the alternator and the power steering pump are out of the way, I think the last thing to do then will be to crack the cooling system and just disconnect that, seal it off so the coolant in the van can't, drain out. And then from there, I disconnect the engine from the transmission and from the body and lower it out of the van. That's all for now. I'll catch you next time. Car, because it has really high miles, and then